But let's talk about a man right here, Moises Caicedo. For those of you watching, you can see him here. I spoke to him after the Liverpool game. He was incredible in that game. So good. That rocket from outside the box was insane. One of the best goals Chelsea will score all season. I hope not, but it will be. He said he wants to emulate Kante and Makelele in his time at Chelsea. He said he wants to become a legend here. He's already well on his way to becoming that. There's been a lot of debate online between him and Declan Rice. I obviously have somewhat of a bias between the two, but you don't. So what are your views on who's better?
He's a fantastic player. I think to say he's a long way away, a long way towards becoming a legend, I think is quite generous. He was very good last season. He's made a very good start to this season. That doesn't a Conference League and a Club World Cup don't suddenly turn you into a club legend. They need to do an awful lot more. He's having such a good influence on games now, though. It's not. I mean, it's helpful if you can stride forward and stick one in the top corner.
Yeah.
But the way he's just controlling things, keeping the pace up. I think him and Enzo Fernandez were excellent at that against Liverpool, especially Enzo Fernandez. The passes were forwards, made quickly, rattled into the people ahead of him, rather than what we've seen a bit too much of at times with Chelsea, especially under Maresca. This ponderous, slow, not sloppy, but
ages.
Not going to really get you anywhere sort of passing. There was a lot more aggression from those two, and Malagusto pushed in as well. He was fantastic, especially in the first half, really getting in their faces. I have a real fondness for Declan Rice. I think he all round maybe offers a touch more at the moment. Again, that's going to upset you, but a few other people.
Jamie Carragher.
Yeah, I think Declan Rice does offer a bit more at the moment, especially where he's been pushed. He did a bit of it at West Ham, where he sort of was pushed forward into this more attacking role, but it certainly happened at Arsenal doing that. I think if Caicedo can mix the both like Declan Rice does, incredible player. He will be fully worth his asking price, his valuation. That's been a big stick to beat Chelsea with, these £200 million midfielders. But both of them, more so Caicedo, but Enzo Fernandez is on his way as well, are starting to show why that faith and investment was made in them. Yeah.
Him and Rice, both obviously incredible players, and Caicedo just deserves a mention for an unbelievable start to the season, because
I'm not saying he's nowhere near there. They're very close. You could each weekend you could have either of them as maybe the one that would add a bit more, but at the moment Declan Rice is just there. If he goes and wins Champions League or a Premier League title, then he'll be well ahead of him.
Yeah, let's hope for the best in that case, from me at least. It was a huge result against Liverpool, a big game. The pressure was on Chelsea because they need to get these kind of results, and they'd had a bit of a wobble before that. The whole start to the season, to be honest, wasn't entirely convincing. But do you think this can now be a point for them to build on? Because they've beaten the reigning champions. When I spoke to Caicedo after the game, he said their focus is on winning the league, basically. That's what they want to do. Do you think there's still a chance that they can go all the way, or do you think it's a season too soon for the champions?
I don't think... obviously, there's a chance. There's every reason they could go on and do it. Looking across the entire season, I don't think they'll win the title this year. They're a lot closer to being able to do it, especially when they've got a full complement of players there. But we're already seeing the impact of the Club World Cup. It's had a fairly devastating impact. Injured. It's had a fairly devastating impact on their squad so far this season. So it's just such a big unknown. I don't think this is a year to be disappointed if they don't go and win the title. They should be finishing in the top four. They should be challenging for longer than they did last season. In terms of this being a kickstart, it can be, it should be. It should set the standard really for the aggression, the intent in the performance, especially the first half. Liverpool were awful in the first half. They weren't offering much, but Chelsea were capitalising on it. I still would have liked to see them create more. They did go in with the lead from their midfielders stepping forward and cracking it in from 20 odd yards out. So I think myself, the manager, would have wanted to see them creating a bit more as well. But again, you take in that Palmer's not there, which is taking a big part out of it. You've got the debate out wide. But I think the intent, the aggression, more than the result, is what they need to take forward from this and replicate that in every game, because there are so many games that with their talent, they should be wiping the floor with teams, and they don't quite manage it.
Yeah.
And don't get well ahead of themselves, taking the lead against Brighton and then falling back from that. If they kept that level of aggression and keep that going, a hard thing to do. Players across any level or league always step up against the bigger teams. It's having the mindset to go and do that against everyone, which is the big thing they should take.
Well, I think the next 3 league games are Forest away, Sunderland at home, and then Wolves away. So those 3 games, all 3 of them are Sunderland.
They're the ones where they need to go and stamp their foot down. If they want to be taken seriously and they're talking about going and winning the title, you come away from those games with 9 points.